Hi guys, I'm Megan Lane, the intuitive actress, and something came up today that was really interesting, and it's been really prevalent in my life lately. I was talking to my mentor today, somebody I studied under as a medium, and who's an incredible life coach and does a lot of the same things I do. She's a former actress, and I'm a current actress. Marilyn, hi, thank you so much for this. I had a really profound talk with her today about self-love and self-trust, really about trust more than anything else. It's about we all receive very intuitive messages, and they tend to be funny. I've talked about this in other videos. Funny, they repeat, and they feel very specifically tailored to you. So it's going to be like it feels like a sign almost. It's like, oh my God, when I was moving to California, I heard California songs on the radio all the time, just prompted me all the time, go, go, go to California. And songs on the radio, I saw billboards, the word California would jump out of like a bunch of words painted on the wall. It just like my attention got brought to it. So that was like very clearly like, go, you know? So we get these signs all the time, but we don't always pay attention to them or trust them. Also, not just the signs themselves, but our own gut. So I have been talking to all kinds of people recently, a lot of friends and people I know, acquaintances, and everybody's got an opinion about what I should do with my life, and I'm sure they do it to you too. Everybody does have, it's like, they say they're like, you know what, everybody has one. Um, so, um, yeah, so everybody's got an opinion about what you should be doing, but the thing is, how often do we really trust our gut, really trust ourselves, really follow our inner guidance system? Like, I knew for a very long time I was meant to live on the West Coast. I was meant to come to Los Angeles. I had to come live in Hollywood. I just felt very drawn to here, and ended up being a really important move. But like I've talked about in other videos, people tried to talk me out of it because of their own fear, their own feelings about this place, whatever their experience was with it. And for me, it was something I had to do. I had to come here. Um, and it's kind of scary to actually trust the signs. I've noticed recently, I've gotten like such clear messages. I know exactly what I need to do, and it's kind of scary because like when everything is like really lining up in one direction and you're like, whoa, we tend to slam the brakes on and want to go into logic and fear, because logic and fear are really popular in our society and our culture today. It's like fear and logic are like kind of worshipped in a way, almost like faith used to be. So, and I'm not saying they're bad. Or neither is faith. It's just like a healthy balance is great. But I think that we need to bring in a lot more faith and trust energy when we really feel something is right in our heart, and we know when it doesn't ring true. So like I wish I could give more specific examples, but I don't want to out my people who are giving advice or what it's about because it's too personal. But I've been getting really shitty advice basically from really well-meaning people. But you have to understand, like I said about moving to LA, it's the same kind of thing. People are coming from their own experiences. They're coming from their own paradigm that may not apply to you, or it may not be right for the circumstances. There's a lot of moving parts sometimes to things, and you can't just, maybe somebody's really great, and people may be talking about them bad or like trying to tell you their reputation is awful, and you just know that's not true, it doesn't ring true, and then you find out that person's great and they've been slandered or something. There's a lot of circumstances where you really can trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust your gut on it. If it rings true, you're like, ooh. Like, for example, it's really hard to get, I always have itchy face when I do videos. It's really hard to get it past me if somebody's cheating on me because I will feel it. I will feel it. I'm like, something's off. Every time I felt something being really off, something's been really off. Other times people are like, oh, he might be doing this. I'm like, nah, it's fine. Nothing's wrong. Everything's good. But we get so afraid of making a false move if we're going in a direction that's really brave and bold and really different or really decisive or really outside the box. Like that could be for business, personal life. Say you're moving somewhere. Like I have a friend who's second guessing herself every 5 seconds about her upcoming move, even though she knows it's exactly what she needs to do. It's what she has been being pushed to do, and everything lined up beautifully. But she's getting to fear about what other people are telling her about it. And it's like, you've got to really learn to trust that gut. You've got to really learn to trust your own intuition, because we are getting messages all the time. One of the best ways to kind of tune into this is to listen to your body, because your body has wisdom of its own outside of logic and outside of like all of the feeling space, like all of our heart space. When somebody tells you something, listen to how you feel in your body. if you feel expansive and feel good, it's usually a yes. If for me, a no will be a tightness in the chest, a sinking in the heart, or the biggest one, which is like a hell no. It's a twist in the stomach or feeling nauseous. That's and if I get sick to my stomach thinking about something, it's toxic for me and it's got to get cut out of my life. I have literally had times when I've thought about people like exes or people who were not true friends, and I've thought about them and I've gotten sick. I'm like, that now I know is my symbol for they've got to go. Like they don't belong here anymore in my life. And then I meet people sometimes where I have an instant bond, and it's like I feel like I know you already. I feel like I can trust you. And those people always end up being significant. They don't always stay forever because people are here for a reason, season, or lifetime. And you only, you have to kind of go through it to find out which one. But when I have that instant connection with people, they usually become crazy significant. And sometimes they become my best friends for life. And you have to trust those feelings. For example, here I'll give you a little baby story before I shut this down because I'm just rambling. The whole thing's a ramble today, but that's fine. It is what it is. So I got online dating for a while. I don't like online dating. Actually, I hate it. So I'm not doing that anymore. But I got online and there was one guy. I'm like, I have a good feeling about this guy. And all my friends like, he's not your type. What are you doing? Like, what, huh? And I'm just like, he just seems nice. I just think I need to meet him for whatever reason. And I ended up having a really great time with him. I ended up dating him for several weeks, actually. And he ended up not being the right person for me, but he did bring me to. He knew I liked vintage things, and he knew I liked dancing. And he took me to this incredible club called Cicada Club, which I'd never heard of before. I was relatively new to LA still, and it's like a 20s two-story, like incredible club. They've used it in films like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and their fight scene where they're dancing. That's Cicada Club. So it's like this stunning, redone 1920s department store turned into a dual-story ballroom, and it's just gorgeous. So check it out if you're in LA. It's really cool. Anyway, so that guy ended up bringing me there for a Halloween vintage event, and I was dressed as a World War II nurse, and my date was dressed as a sailor, and there was another girl there, and she was dressed as a mermaid, and her guy was dressed as the same exact Navy sailor, like with a Navy outfit on, and I was like, oh look, a buddy from your fleet, and then I started talking to her, and I told her what I do, and she's like, oh my God, you have to meet my friend Sarah. She does astrology. She's really into this weird stuff. So she introduces me to my friends Sarah and Sam, who are now two of my very best friends. They have helped to change my life and help me look at really knowing who to trust as friends and really showing me what love is in a really grounded way. So hi guys, shout out. And you too, Kim and Randy, love you guys, and Party Justin and all the rest of you. So they led me to a whole circle of friends that was a new circle of friends that gave me what I needed exactly at that time. And we're still very close, and I'm going to officiate their wedding when that happens. So it ended up not being about him, but I was right in my instincts to go on that date and he's a good guy, and we're on good terms, like we're buds now, but like I needed to meet him in order to meet them. And if I listened to my friends who were like, this isn't your normal type, and he looks a little Jersey, and I don't know, he looks mean, and he was a nice guy, like they were wrong about all of it. You have to sometimes ignore the advice you're getting if it's bad advice. Sometimes when things seem like a wishing on a star, or feel like a pipe dream, or feel like impossible or difficult, or like there's too much distance, it costs too much money, or it's an impossible dream, there's too many people who want to do this, it's too competitive, or whatever it is, you can't have a family and settle down if you do that. Whatever it is people are trying to talk you out of, that in your soul, in your heart is meant to be, you got to freaking do it. Listen to yourself. You've got to be your own guru sometimes and ignore the peanut gallery, because it's like they say, if you listen to the crowd, you can't pitch. You got to do what's right for you. So this is a long video. I apologize for the length, but I just wanted to come at you guys with that today because I'm really feeling it in my own life. I have been crazy clear and intuitive the last couple of days, where I have been getting like very specific information and messages just intuitively, and then it happens right after. So that's why I decided to do this today. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like the spiritual videos or the life advice videos. And Take good care of yourselves this weekend. Happy full moon in Capricorn today if you're watching on the day that this was filmed. All right. Bye, guys.